Hey, good morning, everyone. I know I haven't spoken for a while. I'm just going to be pretty brief about this. Our new leader has some characteristics that somehow seem to be plausible to explain if you just take sort of a simplistic view of things. So let me get into that. And here we go. Maybe. All right. Well, he is stubbornly insecure. There's not much that can be said about that. And he's conditioned himself over time to take pleasure in hurting others instead of the whole idea of helping other people build themselves up. But let me get into a few specifics about why he's doing what he's doing, at least as far as my understanding goes. So, back in April of 2011, then President Obama made a joke about our current leader at his expense. And as you probably understand by now, our current leader doesn't respond well to jokes, particularly by someone who is articulate and educated and black. That is like the worst um, insult imaginable to this guy. So here's a still image from a YouTube video that has the clip of President Obama's roasting of our current leader and a little bit of foresight about what it would look like with him in the White House. There's some truth to this image now, but just to make a point of it, so our current leader felt that anyone who's black is there because of being privileged by their race, and uh, that led to him doing this whole birther controversy back in the 2010s to say that, oh no, Obama isn't a natural born citizen. He doesn't qualify to be president of the United States. So let's take a look. What else is so insulting to the guy? And that would be the fact that Obama won the Nobel Peace Prize. And it says here for his extraordinary efforts to strengthen international diplomacy and cooperation between peoples. So now that's on the bucket list of our current leader that, well, if that guy got a Peace Prize, then I should get a Nobel Peace Prize. And hence the play for Gaza to turn it into a resort. But like he mentioned yesterday, no, the Palestinians will not have a right to return to Gaza. It's the United States taking it over and developing it. And he promises he won't put up Trump hotels there. Okay, if you choose to believe that. But anyways, this is just a plausible explanation as to why he makes the choices he makes. He basically reacts to anything that he feels threatened by. And so that led me to explore an interesting question about one of his recent choices. So I looked it up and I asked Google, hey, Google, when is the first time that our current leader addressed transgender rights? And the answer is here's this article on ABC News, and it talks about how during his campaign and before his first term as president, he was decidedly pro or ambiguous in his support of LGBT rights and the community, saying he's going to, well, you can see the quotes and go to the article yourself. And here he is holding up a rainbow flag that symbolizes those guys supporting him. Now, what I want to point out is that shortly after he became president the first time, he had his first private meeting with Vladimir Putin of Russia. And there's been rumors for years about what the relationship really is between the two of them. But here's something I want to toss out for the people who love conspiracy theories. So on July 7th, 2017, Trump and Putin had their first private face to face talk in Germany. And the rumors have always been to the effect that our businessman, current leader, when he was in Moscow, long before he became president, he would indulge in activities that he would not like to be known publicly. Now, look at the date, July 7th, and then look at this date. So, less than 3 weeks later, Trump totally reverses his stance publicly about transgender rights. And he's announcing, okay, they need to be out of the military. And so, knowing that this president is just a reactive president, that he's trying to make, get the Nobel Peace Prize as a reaction to Obama, that he's trying to end birthright citizenship in reaction to Obama's, uh, okay, now he's just banned transgender rights completely in the United States if you're following current events. And it began less than 3 weeks after his private meeting with Putin that he did his complete transformation. And you have to ask yourself if his primary motivation seems to be reactive all the time, what is it that Putin discussed with him that makes him worry that transgenders in the military are a personal threat to him? And you almost can imagine a story being spun by Putin that says, well, we had these rogue elements in our military who had this ongoing, what do you call it, honey trap operation to try to blackmail foreign businessmen. And unfortunately, you were caught up when uh, those activities that you did that you thought were so private with let's say a hooker in Moscow, turns out that that person was actually a transgender undercover agent doing the sting operation for this rogue military unit. And of course, Putin uh, put a stop to this and destroyed all the evidence. But, there was a caveat that said, well, they may have made a copy of it. They were a rogue operation. I'm diligently trying to make sure that nothing comes to the surface, but let's keep in touch. And so that could well be the basis for our current leaders' reactive policy about, oh, we must not have any transgenders in our military because in Putin's military, that's a threat. And so, interesting food for thought. There's so much about what he has chosen to do that seems just purely reactive to anything that he feels is a slight against him. All I can say is that, from my point of view, if you have a functioning moral compass, then you become labeled as being a member of the deep state. And that's all the deep state actually is. People who are trying to do the right thing, following a moral compass that's actually functioning. Okay, that's it for now. Bye.